some people wanted you to respond too.
Well, he passed. He passed when I heard that he had something about me in Machiavelli. But we talked about
me. When Thug Life was not out there and I was pumping it to you, I wanted you to know what it was like. And now I want you to know what the next level was like. So I had people telling me, you softened up, ain't nothing soft about me, ain't nothing changed.
Wait a minute, didn't I already hear a group called Thug something? I already heard about some kind of thug something on TV. Who is Thug Life? But this the original. We are the original Thug.
L-I-G-L-I-F-E. The hate you gave little infants, U-C-K, everybody. Meaning, what you feed us as seeds grows. Straight up, I just kept thinking, they really did shoot me. I really did believe at one point, up until I got shot, that no black person would ever shoot me. I was their representative. Because I was really gonna quit rapping. But then Puffy and Biggie and all of them came out in the vibe, and they lied, and they twisted the facts, and all I wanted to do was end everything. I'm trying to get out the game. They want to dirty up my memory. They want to dirty up everything I worked for. So it made me come back. Instead of quitting, it made me come back more relentless. To destroy what in fact is my comrades. To destroy what used to be my homeboy.
Peace, family. We are back again. And today we'll be building on Nas and Tupac, right? It came up on the timeline again. So we're going to break it down in depth, right? Many people still don't understand why Tupac dissed Nas, right? Still got people out here saying, man, why did Pac diss Nas? Nas ain't even do nothing. Nas ain't even say nothing. Why would Pac do that? Pac just came home from prison and just was just dissing anybody, right? And Nas happened to be one of his victims, right? The victimhood element, right, of the whole East Coast West Coast situation has always made Pac seem like the aggressor and the bad guy, because what many don't understand is that, you know, Tupac was away for a minute and he couldn't speak. He was locked up. He was locked up and he couldn't speak. And while Pac was locked up, you know, that's when niggas was getting their shit off. That's when niggas was really like, you know, taking aim at Pac, right? So I wanna go back. But before we get into this, I want you to know I have no dog in this fight. Tupac is my favorite rapper, and Nas is also my favorite rapper, right? 1A types, you know what I'm saying? 1A. These are my favorite rappers that I'm discussing. And the great thing is that by the time that they ended their, you know, by the time Tupac, you know, was gunned down in Vegas, is that he was listening to It Was Written, right? While in Vegas on his last day. So he had a respect for Nas, right? And we do know that, you know, after Pop transition, you know, years down the line, especially around 99, well, especially around 2000, 2001, that whole Nas era, early 2000s Nas, was all inspired by Pop. The Godson tattoo, right? The going against Jay-Z, right? Who was Big's man, right? This is all revolutionary warfare. Putting Pac on Thug's Mansion. So, you know, we ain't gonna waste too much more time. Let's get into it, right? 1994, Tupac gets shot at Quad Studio, right? 94, you know, Pac and Big is tight, right? Actually, you know, Nas and Big, you know, they tight, but they begin to fall out a little bit, you know, to a degree, because Nas is tight with Wu-Tang, right? He tight with Raekwon and Ghost. And that rubbed Big the wrong way, because Ray and Ghost is upset with Big because they feel like, you know, Nas Illmatic, he had himself as a child on the cover. Next thing you know, Biggie got himself on the cover on Ready to Die, right? Right? So on Ready to Die. This set off the Biggie versus Raekwon and Ghostface issue, right? And this also set off the Biggie Nas issue. You know what I mean? Destiny lays in my hands. You know what I mean? Gun under waist phenomenal. Under your vest by the domino. I have a few calls so we can buy then a few holes so I can come on. So Biggie is upset with Nas due to the affiliation with the Wu-Tang, right? Nas is on the Purple Tape, right? And they dissing Big on that album. So this kind of ruins Nas and Big's, whatever they had, they friendship for that time being, right? This kind of puts a little black eye on their relationship for that time. Now, on the other hand, right? Tupac gets shot 94, right? After Tupac gets shot, he fighting the case. He go right up the road, go to prison, go lay down for a little bit. Him and Big fall out. Right? Now, this is where it get interesting at. While Pac is away, and you gotta understand, like nowadays everybody is thug like this, but you gotta understand the way Pac is giving it up at that time. Pac is seeing it as he's one of the only ones who's really doing the thug thing. Pac is the main guy known for doing. He got the Thug Life crew. He got the Thug Life tattoo. He got the thug across the stomach. This is his brand, right? He representing the thug. So Pac is banging on. When you hear thug back then, it's like who else you gonna think of but Pac? So that's how Pac looking at it. That's why when Bone Thugs came out, Pac dissed Bone Thugs. Because he's like, y'all running with my shit. That's my shit. You know what I'm saying? So, where was I going with that? Pac is mad at them because they running with the thug thing. Now, the issue is, while Pac is locked up, he can't really speak. He can't speak publicly on how he feels, but he's locked up and he's hearing everything. And people forget that Pac is from New York. So even when Pac representing Cali and all that, he still has relationships with people in New York. Even to the point where people locked up in New York. His cousin was locked up in New York, and Pac is hearing shit while he's in New York, right? And Pac was a Mobb Deep fan. Pac liked Mobb Deep, right? But it was a vibe interview that Tupac did, where he got the brown shirt on, he got Yummy Sandifer in the back, right? And the whole Me Against the World album, it's a lot of dedication to Latasha Harlins and Yummy Sandifer, right? Now, that's why you see Yummy Sandifer in the back while he's doing this vibe interview. He's using his platform to show how he feels. But Pac haven't been able to really speak on how he feels, right? But he's been sitting back listening, right? Even in the interview, if you find it on YouTube, you can see he got headphones and he's still listening to everything, right? And what he did was he caught Mobb Deep, saying thug life, we still living it. Because so after the interview, right? Because during this interview, Tupac is like, I'm done with the thug life. That's what he said. I'm done with the thug life. I'm walking away from it. I'm ready to, do something else. I'm ready to do something else, man. I'm ready to leave the street shit alone and put the thug life down. That's what he said. And right after he says this, the vibe interview come out, right? It just so happens that you hear Mobb Deep, thug life, we still living it. Thug life, we still living it. And Tupac hear that, and now he like, oh, they dissing me. Right? Because on the other one, it was, on Shook Ones, it was some get locked, some get shot, get locked, then turn none. Cowardly heart, straight up shook ones. He ain't a crook, son, he a shook one. Some get shot, get locked, then turn none. See, Pac is like, okay, I got shot, then I got locked up. Now I said I'm putting the thug life down, right? So that's two of them. Pac here shook once. Oh, that's about me. Some get shot, get locked, and turn none. I said I'm putting the thug life down. They said I'm turning none, right? And then the other one is thug life, we still living it. So Mobb Deep is banging on Pac. right? That's how they, for whatever reason, right? And you know, Pop, you know, they don't know if they're trying to get a name or whatever, where they just kicking him while he's down. But a lot of cats was started taking aim at Pac. You know, they was siding with Big for what they didn't like how Pac was getting that big, and you know, uh, they started to diss Pac. Right now, Tupac is upset with Nas for the same reason that Big is upset with Nas. Right, and it's because Big is upset with Nas because Nas is cool with Wu-Tang and Wu-Tang is dissing him. Well, specifically Ray and Ghost, right? And at the same time, Nas is cool with Mobb Deep and Tupac sees Mobb Deep dissing him. So now Nas is a victim of being cool with both niggas. You get where I'm going? So this is the origin of the beef with that. But here's where it gets tricky at. It was written comes out, you know, it was written comes out, it was written says, fake thug, no love, you get the slug, see before gusto, you luck low. I didn't know till I was drunk though, these freak niggas played out, get fucked and ate out, turn ways out, 96 ways I made out. Come on, man. Nas hear Tupac hear that. Tupac fuck with Nas. And then he hear that. Fake thug, no love, he get the slug. Fake thug. That's the thug. Remember Tupac say, you see Pop back then, you see thug. Fake thug, no love. You get the slug. He got shot. CB4, Gusto. They were saying Pac was acting. Remember? When you hear Biggie say, niggas is actors, niggas deserve Oscars. Me, I'm critically acclaimed. Slug past your brain. Come on. They calling Pac the actor. After Pac got shot, they said, you know, niggas was like, oh, Pac is doing, it's even footage that came out recently where Big was like, you know, felt like Pac was acting after he got shot. You know? So this is all aimed at Pac. Critically, niggas is actors, niggas deserve Oscars. Me, I'm critically acclaimed, slug past your brain. CB4 Gusto. Now I say CB4 Gusto, your luck low. I didn't know though. I didn't know till I was, you know, till I was drunk though. But the point I'm making is, for those that don't know, is CB4 was a film, was a old early '90s film with Chris Rock, where they were, you know, making fun of rappers doing who wanted to be like, it was basically like NWA, but it was like a spoof film, a spoof comedy film about fake gangsters being actors, right? So this is how they getting at Pac, and Pac hears this, right? So for years, Pac ran down on them. They met up on each other, and you know, Snoop have a story, Reggie Wright have a story, all these other guys who was actually there have a story. I can't tell you how it went. You know, many people said that Snoop's story is the most inaccurate, and I'll leave it at that. So Nas and Tupac, you know, Nas hella deep, Pac deep. He got the New Jersey cast with him. You know what I mean? He got Suge and he got Reggie Wright with him. They deep. They both got hammers, and they end up squashing the beef right there. You know what I mean? You know, Nas is deep, Pac is deep. Nas them got hammers, Pac them got hammers. Pac got the New Jersey cats with him. Nas got all his homeboys from Queens with him. They meet up, they piece it up. It's love, right? It's love. How it should have been in the first place, right? Nas had a diss record that he did that actually was never came out, right? So for years, Nas' line that he never had, you know, I'm not saying he's lying, but you know, he didn't want the public to know, especially after Pac died, especially after he pieced it up, he had a diss record about him, right? It's a diss record about Pac. Snoop had a diss song towards Big, but Snoop always wanted to say, "Nah, I didn't have nothing." But he did have something for Big, and it was just a little jab, you know. I be on the red eye, you nigga, you fat, you got a dead eye. It was something like that, you know what I mean? But of course, the song stay unreleased because you don't want the fans to know. So since he, of course, Pac, since he don't feel that way, he gonna be like, "Nah, I didn't diss Pac." But the reality was, for years, Pac, for some reason, Pac had that feeling, as I told you before, that he was being dissed by Nas with the subliminals, right? And Nas is denying it. Mob, they all denying it. You know what I mean? But about the year 2019, 18, I believe it was 18, maybe even 17, right? The Tupac diss hit the net, right? And it was Nas. It was a little quick jab he had that was supposed to go as a track that was gonna go on. It was written, and it's like to the type of two socks and Tims, such and such, such and such. The type of cat that Tupac pretends, right? He put Pac name in and said that Tupac pretends. You know, again, an actor. This is in line with the fake thug, no love. You get the slug. CB4 Gusto. He's an actor. You love slow. Going in with the big, with niggas is actors. Niggas deserve Oscars. Me, I'm critically acclaimed. Slug past your brain. Slug past your brain. Pac got shot. CB4 Gusto. You love slow. Fake thug, no love. You get the slug. Pac got shot. So, Pac was putting all these shits together, and they was coming at him so subliminal that a lot of cats wasn't necessarily really putting two and two together. And when Pac died, a lot of dudes was able to, like try to. It painted the narrative that Tupac was this hella aggressive dude, and he was just dissing niggas randomly. But that's not true. It's not true. Every diss that Pac dissed a nigga at, it was a reason for it. You got to think, even when Big say, "Laugh now, cry later, I rhyme greater than the average player hater, spectators, buy my CD twice," right? Laugh now, cry later. Pac had the laugh now, cry later on his back, right? When on the Dead Presidents video, when Jay-Z and when Big roll the dice, Big say, the first they say we taking over L.A. When they roll the dice, they say, "Who shot you?" They said that Big, Big said, "Oh, I didn't make that song. Who shot that? That wasn't about Pac." He rolled the dice. He said, "We taking over L.A. We want the West Coast." He rolled the dice and said, "Who shot you?" Pac got shot, right? So you got to keep this in mind. So I love the dough more than you know. Wrote we hit makers and acres. We hit makers with acres. Roll shakers in Vegas. You can't break us. Lost chips on Lakers. Gassed off Shaq. Country house, tennis course, and horseback. Come on. So this is niggas talking about balling in Vegas. Pac died in Vegas. They talking about having a night out in Vegas, right? This is right after Pac died. The whole life after death. It is 100%. 90% of it is Tupac subliminal disses. Even in the album, Pac is dead. This life after the Pac death. It could be spent that way. I'm just saying. One false move gets Swiss cheesed up. Big was getting that Pac on a lot of shit. Nas was getting that Pac. Lay on the ground, take off that crown, you being robbed. Pac had the crown tag. Pac had the crown ring. Player hater, lay on the ground, take off that crown, you been robbed. Well, Pac got robbed right at the studio when he got shot. They told him hit the ground. Pac say Stretch just hit the ground. Pac tried to reach for the hammer. Right? So It was so much. It was so much shit going on. As I leave my competition, respirator style. Come on, that was big. Pac was hooked up to the respirator for days before Feeney pulled the plug. Right? This is subliminal shit. This is subliminal shit, man. Beef with me is unhealthy. Big said beef with me is unhealthy. Fuck around and get an ulcer, lose your pulse or collapse lung. Look how many gas I brung. Right? Now doctors removed rapper Tupac Shakur right lung after he was shot 4 times in the chest during a weekend attack. And what did Big say on Life After Death? He said, fuck around and get a ulcer, lose your pulse or a collapse lung. Look how many gas I brung. Right? Motherfuckers mad cause I blew niggas envious. Right? Too many niggas on my shit strenuous. When my man bust, you just move with much stamina. Slugs miss ya. I ain't mad at ya. We ain't mad at ya. That's what Puffy said. Blood rushing, concussions ain't nothing. Catch cases, come out frontin', smoking something. Come on. Slugs hit your chest, tap your spine, flat line. Heard through the grapevine, you got 4 times. Down the 3 to 9 for real though. Come on, man. What he said, sling still slow. As for remorse, we feel no. We don't feel no remorse, nigga. You know what I mean? Slugs hit your chest, tap your spine, flat line. Heard through the grapevine, you got 4 times. This is the shit that, what did Mob say on Drop a Gem on him? Right? It was rumors that Pac, was it Havoc? You know, that Pac had got violated in prison. Right? This is what they playing off of. Right? Down that 3 to 9 for real though. You had to go back to this is, you know, Big was into the films and all that, and he was into really heavy into cinema in Hollywood. So, you know, one thing Jamie Foxx got on when Jamie Foxx was doing Wanda for a different world, not different world. Help me out. Damn, my mind is all over the place today. For color, living color, part himself, a living color, right? Jamie Foxx would dress up as a woman and do the for real though. So this is what Big is saying. Down at 3 to 9, heard through the grapevine, you got 4 times. Down at 3 to 9, you up for real though. You got when you say that, you listening to Wanda, Jamie Foxx for real though. You got to go back and watch it. You know, there's a comedic element. So again, Pac knew about all these disses, and Pac was hearing all these disses, right? And that was the reason for Pac dissing Nas, right? Nas was connected to niggas who was dissing him, and also Nas, his speculation on Nas dissing him actually turned out to be true, but the song didn't actually leak until years down the road, right? But Tupac actually was right? Nas had not necessarily Nas and Mobb Deep, as much as we love them, they humans, and after Pac died, they don't want to be, so then they may not feel the same way as they got older. You know what I mean? So of course, if it's unreleased, you kept it in the tuck because you didn't want fans to know. But the truth out the bag. The master teacher used to say, never mess up a good story with the truth. But I just did that, right? I just did that. But for those that, I seen it on Twitter the other day. I was it this morning. People were speculating what's going on. Why was Pac dissing Nas? Again, 2 of my favorite rappers of all time. But this is the reason why Pac got out of prison and dissed Nas and dissed Mobb Deep and dissed all of them. You know what I'm saying? In his own words. The Fugees dissing me too? Because Pac couldn't believe, like, damn, I got shot and now everybody dissing me. And a lot of niggas a lot of niggas happy to see you fall down. Fall from the grace, and they can finally kick you. We from that type of culture. And then on top of that, it's a competitive element too. You know, when the top dog, when you at the top and everybody gunning for you, right? But anyway, on that note, family, that will conclude today's build. We are out. Peace. Oh, one more thing. Remember, this Friday, that boy Vic, Ruben Vincent, Professor Grimes, One Day This War is Going to End. My latest album drops Friday, right? Midnight. Tap in, check us out. Spotify, YouTube Music, iTunes, all that. You know what I mean? Check us out, tap in, show love to the real indie hip hop guys. You know, we don't have no distribution deals, no knock on the guys who do. We don't have no deals. All this come out of pocket. We doing this all. We ain't got no team like that. We just straight indie, all raw. You know what I mean? And we giving it us. We giving you that music that you can't get on the radio. That music that you can't get from the mainstream, right? So it's important for you to support that, right? On that note, family, we out. Peace.